30 minutes of friends talk about everything that matters to women. Welcome to the lounge.
I think it's both ways.
Yes.
Both ways. It depends on the day, the season, the month, what's going on in your head.
Yeah, definitely.
No, really. Because for me, again, it's a disclaimer at this point. I am a moody person, so I love to reflect that on my clothing. I like to support my emotions in a way that would help me to get over the day. But there are days where I know I have to enhance my mood and make it better. So I need to change my outfit to make my mood kind of happier or even better. So it depends on what I want. Do I need support, emotional support, or do I need an enhancement regarding my support and my emotions? So that's how I work with things.
Definitely. Yeah. I do believe sometimes, it actually depends on the day, and then the day itself can, depends on what I choose that I want to wear. For instance, if I'm wearing, any of the dark colors, I do believe dark colors have some sort of this royal sense. Yes. So,
elegance.
Yes, elegance. So, for example, dark blue and black, of course, black is one of the, let's say, the royal colors, and can match anything, even on happy days, where sometimes people relate, black colors, clothing can mean that, you're just not feeling well, but black is, plays a huge role. Sometimes you want anything fast, anything luxurious. It can work both ways, but yet again, wearing, something colorful can give you this sense of, especially I relate it with mornings. So, any time for work, you can wear something colorful, either plain or something that has a pattern or floral. But I do always have this image of anything that has a pattern and colors. So many colors. Yes.
Wait. Can you repeat that again? Because that is a good line. Hold on.
What did I say?
When you were saying everything has like a pattern or like a mood or like something like that, like a pattern.
Definitely.
Or like, I never thought of it that way.
Definitely. So anything that has, I was mentioning like anything that has a pattern or like a print or something floral, it actually designates with your mood. So you can be wearing something, let's say, colorful.
Do you have something in pattern? Like I don't really see that.
I'm very basic.
That's a new thing for you to go and look for your own pattern, you know?
But I want to do that. I want to start doing that. I want to just get over the whole basic black and white and like denim. No, I want to like get creative because I love your outfits. You look amazing. And you as well because you love colors, and I love that. I want to take from both sides and implement it, but it's really hard.
You should have met me before.
What do you mean?
Like, to me now, I'm not really so that into, let's say, having different kind of, let's say, interesting piece. Like I do remember back in the days, I used to have these kind of, let's say, different setup for clothing. To me, it's always about the mood. It's never about any kind of occasion, a morning show, a night show, a day show. It's always about the mood. And they will be always telling me like, why are you wearing this for, let's say, for instance, especially when you are very close to the directors, they'd be like, why are you wearing this color, or why are you wearing this outfit, or why do you display your hair this way? I'll be like, you know what, it's the mood. You can't change it, you can't undo it. This is what I'm going to present myself, or how I'm going to wear this outfit. And so to me, it's very challenging because it's always about the mood. It's not about what's trendy. It's not about what's print is now, or what's the fashionable color now, or what are the new cuts and things. No, it's always about what I feel like, especially, let's say, we have these days where we're having, let's say, a heavy day, gloomy moments, and it's people immediately know that I'm gloomy. It's because what I'm wearing. Like I be dressed up with makeup, my hair and everything, and never notice that I'm gloomy. But once you see my outfit, you'll immediately feel, you know what, you're sad. Especially like, for instance, I don't love rainy weather.
Yes.
And when I open the window, and sometimes I don't open the window, I just feel it. It's a rainy weather. And once I see it's a rainy weather, you'll immediately see through my outfit like I'm very upset. It's raining.
So what would you go for? Like if we're moody, let's just say today is a sad day, and we got up and we're like, oh no, I cannot carry on with the day. What would you go for?
For me, if I'm sad, I would go for bright colors, like very bright colors. Like, for instance, wearing red in the morning. People will say that you're angry, but to me, when I wear black in the morning, that means I'm angry. But when I'm wearing red, dark blue, even when it comes into, let's say, orange, that means that I'm very upset. I'd be like, oh my God, Hiba's upset now.
Really? That's amazing though.
Yeah.
Because you wear colors.
Yes.
I go with black. Thank you very much.
Black is when I'm really angry.
Okay, let me tell you this. I've always, for the most part of my life, I've been with black, white, and neutral colors. So I have not once in my life worn anything, you know, floral, let's say, anything with pattern. Yeah. Recently, I've decided to have, you know, a switch, a twist in my taste.
You're trying to incorporate something. I love that.
Yes, so I've noticed, you know, when you go ahead and start giving yourself this chance to try something new, it has so many effects on your mood. So going for something colorful or with a pattern, it instantly can boost your mood. Even black can have pattern, you know. It does not, even if the color seems gloomy to you guys, but it can always have this twist that has, you know, some sort of happiness to it. Sometimes also materials, you know, something like, you know, silk or anything like organza or anything delicate can give you a different sense. So I believe that colors do have, you know, can affect our mood.
So much power.
And so much power, exactly. And it also can have, you know, can affect it, you know, either, you know, in a happy way or in a sad way. But at the end of the day, it depends on what you choose your mood is going to be on that day.
You know what? I had a friend back in uni and she wore full black every day. From head to toe, I'm not playing. Even a hijab, like she wore it black. And like the only thing that she would change is the shoes. And like the shoes, they gotta be white. Like either black or white. There's no discussion. And she was the Wednesday of like university. I remember I asked her, and I was like, okay, so like, girl, are you good? She's like, yeah, it's my happy outfit. And I was like, what do you mean happy outfit? She's like, yeah, look at it. And she was focusing more on like the pattern. She wouldn't go with any like full black, but at least like there's like something going on. The fabric is like tailored in a certain way. She's like, that's a happy dress.
The things that Fawzia wouldn't really look at, you know, these specific details. They'd be like,
because I was so confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
Where's the
she was explaining it. I was like, is she sable? Like, what's it? And then I realized that's who she is. Like, that's how she expresses it. But she goes full black. But for me, nail polish as well.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Nail polish, it has to be with my mood.
Yes.
You would know.
Me too.
Really?
Yes. Like some, you know, one of the things that I really face, which is really frustrating, is that I never ever go to anything that's really basic. Like listening to Atiyab saying neutral colors, basic, let's say main colors. I mean, I've always go through glitters. If it's not a glitter, there's something wrong. Even when I do my nails, like any kind of shape or let's say gelish, not gelish, anything, it has to be glitters. Black, red, purple, cat eyes, like something very difficult to actually have. But yeah,
I wish I'm that. I go for glitter once in a while because like I think they're so interesting, especially if it's a galaxy vibe. Oh, they're gorgeous. Definitely. But I just stick to maroon all year long. And it depends on which shade of maroon.
It's like, this is for summer, this is for winter.
And my mom's just like, but they all look the same. I'm like, no, look, there's a difference. If you put it under the light. But now I'm changing it to like, you know, like dark royal green, royal blue. So I do the royals.
You know, there are nail polish that gets different when you're cold and when you're hot. It shifts colors, so it's very beautiful because, you know, you get to have that kind of chance of exploring, that kind of sense of, you know, mood changing. You know?
I love it. You know what? I want that. I want my nails. You remember, like there was a movie. It's like it was for mermaids where they change whenever they leave the ocean. Aquamarine. She leaves the ocean. It was like blue or
and it was depending on her mood. If she's angry, it will become purple. If she's happy, it becomes
so
blue.
Obsessed. I wanted that so bad.
So I mean, you have that now.
Definitely. And now, you guys know that mood does affect, you know, colors does affect our mood. Definitely.
I want to change. Like I want to choose the colors. But how about this, you guys? Because I'm getting really excited with this conversation. But let's just take a quick break and we'll be right back.
So they always say if you want to feel confident, there are some tricks that you actually could manage to succeed through your outfit. So what are the things that you actually add to your outfit to present how confident you are?
It depends on where you're going.
Definitely.
So I'll tell you one of my tricks, because Rita and I miss her today, but
Yes.
Rita and I were discussing things, and wearing heels will
Wow.
make you feel like you're on top of the world.
Right.
It's
Powerful.
a power move.
Yes.
And if you want to make your legs longer, that will make you super confident. If you wear like a straight line trousers, they're super straight and they're long, and they shouldn't be like on your ankle. They should be like covering
Your heels.
your heels basically.
So no one noticed that you're wearing heels.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly. And then that
amazing.
will make you look way longer. I love a power suit. If you have a really good fitted suit and they're put together, tailored pretty well, not necessarily expensive, but it looks good. Girl, I'm taking somebody's business right now. Somebody's company now. And a good, I wouldn't even say, like, even the makeup plays a role.
Right.
Yeah, but for me, it's a suit and a good color. Whatever makes you feel super, like, on top of the world, for me, is maroon.
Maroon, okay.
I'm on top of the world. I'm telling you, I'm taking someone's company.
Wow.
Well, that's really quite interesting. Like, I do agree with all of the things that you said. To me, I would say having these bold jewelries with very bold makeup.
So true.
Like, even if you wear, let's say, for instance, black suit, but you add big earrings, a tight hair with that sharp makeup look.
Big bracelets.
Yes, you would really accomplish a very great.
Oh my God. You know what, Hiba? Because I've been looking at like some websites, okay?
Yeah.
And I was checking these like big bracelets and they look gorgeous. And I was like, why don't I wear these? Because I've always been like the simple type of girl.
Yeah.
But now, no, I'm getting older. I want to go all out.
Definitely,
All out. So I'm
definitely.
taking all of your advice. I'm like writing it down. I need to do it.
Yeah, you know, when it comes to colors, or you know, what the time you feel powerful. So I believe you've mentioned a good suit, and I believe that's like one of my top points of you know being very powerful, because I do agree that it represents elegance and you know at the same time so classy.
Yeah.
But then yet again, color does play a huge role, and I'm so obsessed with colors and colors of the season. As you know, this season's color is the pistachio color and the you know butter yellow color.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So just imagine a nice suit with these colors, and then adding to that, you know, having a good makeup that matches it. I believe this is the most powerful moment, in my opinion, that I can go for, because yet again, a bright color, and that says a statement, you know, something bold. And then just because I am a makeup artist and I love anything that has to do with makeup, so I'd imagine a very nice, you know, makeup look with, you know, bold eyeshadow colors that will pop the whole outfit. So, you know, a suit can be nice, but yet again, the color of the suit, or you know, the color of your whole outfit.
Honestly, I'm gonna share black, even though you're talking about the colors, like, cause I love them. I love them on people. I really do like seeing colors on people, but I don't feel comfortable. Once I wore like a jumper and it was yellow, girl. I went to class. I had to leave immediately. I went straight home because I couldn't like figure out, like I couldn't even process how I'm feeling at the moment. I couldn't even interact with people. I was having a hard time. I was like, there's no more colors. So now I'm sticking to basics. Now I'm training myself to accept them. So I start with like a basics, like a really nice like fuchsia color or something to like break the darkness that I'm wearing.
Definitely.
I mean, back in the days, I remember, especially when it comes into like your situation, going to college, it always was bright. I never wore black. Like black was there, but for specific, let's say, pieces. But I mean, I was always, even my hair was bright. I had pink hair, blue hair.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So talking about outfits and how confident you get, when it comes into weddings, I like to always wear bright colors because most people like to wear black. So I
True.
remember one of the weddings, we're 7 friends. So I remember we all went together, all of them were black, and I was like really pink. And it was very quite nice.
You were
because,
standing out.
Yes,
She
and
was.
when we were taking pictures, there were like 3 on the right, 3 on the left. I was in the middle, and everyone was like black,
Amazing.
and I'm like, was like, you know what? You're like the assistant bridesmaid.
Yeah,
you know?
I
In a way.
love that.
It was very quite interesting and nice. And when it comes into going outside to certain occasions, one of the most important things that I really think about is which suit or which outfit could make me look skinnier. Number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Number 2, I would
a
always
great
go
tip.
for white color. because I always feel that white color stands, and it's very difficult to maintain let's say the color itself, because you know, once you wear white, you're always terrified. What if the coffee,
The weather.
Yes,
what if the weather, what if there's a
Dustiness
stain
everywhere.
in
Yeah,
any
yeah,
way,
yeah.
you know? Yes, so imagine maintaining that outfit with nothing wrong with it, having your
Wow.
coffee, entering that kind of, let's say, event
Boss, I'm
with that.
telling you. You feel like a
Yes,
boss.
yes,
I just love that so
definitely.
much. You know what? I love this conversation because I'm going through it right now emotionally. Because I've been on like all kind of social media platforms trying to like see what I'm into right now. Your points, the accessories and the colors, 100%. Because I'm like at this, at that,
Yes.
because I want this. And you, the colors, I'm learning with the basics. But like, what else can we do? Like, if someone was like terrified like me, what do you mean?
Bag.
Oh,
You
bag.
can always care
I love how she's
a
like,
complementing bag to the outfit.
how so?
Yeah, like for instance, sometimes people, for instance, you like to wear black and
Yeah.
you always feel comfortable with black.
Yeah.
But you can always pick that bag that
Stands out.
a red bag, a
Oh.
beige bag,
Wow.
that kind of bag, you know, a clutch or any
A
kind
bag
of,
that's, you know,
let's say,
says a
yes.
statement.
Okay.
Something very bold, especially if your clothing is, you know, very plain. So I do agree, actually, going with a bold bag and, you know, just having it, you know, pop. You remember back in the days where we used to match the shoes with the bag? But guess what? Not anymore. So you can have, you know, you can mix and match between shoes and bags. So you don't have to stick to a certain color just because it is the color of your shoes. So a bag
So
can
true.
definitely stand out. And then yet again, your shoes can be a different color or a different pattern, and it will work.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. And then I started thinking, because you said also, you mentioned that, and I'm like, I should change my heels. Because they're all as well like black or white. I never changed them.
But let me add something. When it comes into wearing your outfit, talking about heels, one of the very most important thing to always keep in mind, always buy the closed one, the ones that stand out by being closed, not the ones that are really open and showing, let's say, your
Your toes.
fingers
I don't like
your
that.
toes, because you know it's very important to have that kind of sense, like when you actually wear closed heels, it gives you that luxurious
Elegance.
and elegant
Yeah.
way. Though a lot of people would feel comfortable in wearing the opens one,
Yeah.
but to me, I always say, if you want them open, let them be on, let's say, the back of the heel, but not in the front. A lot of girls would really love to stand out, but that kind of, let's say, thing, to me, I would say closed heels are very good for all seasons.
Yeah,
Winter, summer,
You can never go
spring,
wrong.
Never.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
But
a
then,
great
like,
advice.
you know what? Even if you're going for like an open shoe situation or heel, you have to do your toes.
Yes.
You have to do like, you have to paint them pretty
Yes.
well.
Yes.
And if you're going like with a bold color, you have to go there too. And then you have to like match, like the shoe size has to be proper because you don't want your toes out.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's
It's a
why
whole
you're
feel.
saving. You're
You're
saving a
saving
lot
Yeah,
of
it's a whole thing.
situation that you could actually face when you want to stand out with your own, let's say, outfit. But one of the interesting things that I managed to do is choosing a color for a bag that people wouldn't stand. For instance, taking a beige color.
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't recommend taking it because they always say if you wear black, the color of the bag could
Oh, it would
actually
rub.
get, let's say, damaged, or let's say it
Yeah.
becomes a little bit rusty in a way. To me, I never liked black bags. I always prefer colorful ones. And I remember when I went with my brand bag, it was a very huge bag. Everyone was like, I mean, we would never buy this color is because you always wear black. And I was like, no, it doesn't change. And you always maintain that kind of, let's say, distance. Like you wear it in a way, but yet again, you always take care that, you know, use it in a very proper way. Try to always avoid, you know, let's say having that kind of
Friction.
Yes. So I don't know, like to me, I always like to stand up with the bag and the color. Choose something that doesn't go with black, or people would be afraid of buying it and
Yes.
take it with black so that it doesn't
Ooh,
change.
might as well
Yes,
just go for
yes.
orange now.
Yeah, I do agree with you actually, Hiba. And why don't we continue this conversation after this break?
So, talking about the outfits, and you know, sometimes on a really good day, I'd be walking out happy, and then out of nowhere, you will see, you know, the weather changes, and then either my makeup goes wrong, or my clothing I'm wearing something that's really heavy. Or sometimes even a friend of mine, like her hair would get frizzy. So do you guys get like, you know, these kind of feels on like on a good day?
Definitely. You know, even though we're very, very careful, and then I do have, you know, a couple of mirrors before I leave the house just to double check, and then just to double check the outfit, especially when you have a sun reflection. You want to make sure everything is, you know, let's say, especially when wearing light colors. So yet again, we do have these bad or fail days that sometimes you tend to forget. So sometimes I do have, like, I have a hard time choosing my outfit. So this is the day where I know it might not be the day, you know, because I spent, for instance, more than half an hour just choosing an outfit, trying, you know, here and there, and nothing seems to work. And then, you know, whenever I leave the house, I realize this is not what I want to go for, or it looks bad. So sometimes I feel, whenever I'm out, I do feel that the most thing that happens to me that the colors do not match. So I feel, yes, so I feel something is off, you know, especially while wearing a hijab, choosing the hijab color. So white is the same.
Girl, I'm done with it. I am done with it. I just go for white at this point.
Yeah, but sometimes you have different trends, you know, like the ombre one, and then dark colors. I've tried all of these hijab
Are they
trends.
nice? Are they good?
Yes, they're
What about the
actually nice.
fabrics? We should have a discussion
We
after
should.
that. Yeah, because I need to know.
Yes, we should. I'll let you know all of the tips and secrets of the fabrics. But sometimes I realize whenever I change the, you know, the hijab I'm used to, this is where, you know, sometimes I feel, okay, I might not match what I'm wearing today with this color here and there. And then I would feel like, you know, the day is off because I'm not feeling myself. So I have these a lot with the colors that I choose. Sometimes I don't know what happens to me this day, but I cannot choose it right.
Yeah.
To me, it's always a windy weather.
Wow.
I mean, especially when you're with your hair, and if you have extensions, there's a wind.
Yes.
The opposite way of your hair is like, you know what? Yeah, everyone has to know that I have extensions. Like, you know, sometimes you really, let's say, want to have that kind of sense of volume. You
want to get like my Hannah Montana moment.
Exactly. And then there's wind. And you know, it's not windy, but you go to a place where there's actually wind.
True.
So to me, it's always a windy weather. If it's rainy, like, I don't have problem. Okay, I don't like the weather, but I have nothing wrong to, let's say nothing actually does affect me. One of the things that affects my mood, and it becomes really devastating to go outside, is when I'm going out with my husband and he asks me, so what are we wearing today? And be like I didn't decide yet. Like, it's always me standing.
And you're like, it's a we?
Yeah, it's when. And it's always me in front of the wardrobe looking towards what's my mood on today. So he'd be like, are we going classic, casual? I'm like, but what do you mean by casual? You know, sometimes like, is it a Dajdasha where this is classic?
It's so true.
So we're really afraid. So I always tend to wait for him to finish so I can immediately go run and match. So if it's white and black, I would take the vice versa, like black on top, white.
Wait, couples, they do that actually?
So like, I'm trying to do that. Like, I try to complement each other, and then I end up wearing something that I wouldn't really wear, and then he'd be like, are you going out with that? And this is when the whole mood shifts.
Yes.
You know, it's like, he doesn't mean it, but he's like highlighting, like, do you like it or you don't like it? And then once you start asking the question, it'd be like, you know, but are you liking it? Like, and because it's like almost, we're almost late and we have a movie to catch, and be like, why are you asking me that? And I mean, the conflict and the mood, even if you dress up and wearing something that you all, let's say, usually wear, you will have that kind of face, you know, that one line face, like, you cannot change it. Your tone is different, your attitude is different, everything is different.
Why are you telling me late?
Oh my God. So this is the most devastating thing. If you want to, let's say, keep them in levels, I mean, him going out and asking me, like, are you going out with that? Whether it's him or anyone else, but But when it's that statement, are you going out with that? It's like, what's wrong with that?
You feel your whole mood shifted.
100%.
You know what? I don't wanna go
because it's
out.
questionable.
Yes.
Like, why are you questioning me?
Yeah.
And what's the point of the question?
Like what happens to me is like, you know what? I didn't ask to go out from the beginning.
Oh, true.
Might as well I stay and you just go and enjoy your time. Like this is what actors gotta. Yeah.
Because it is a lot. For me, my issue is if it's like the heat. Because I don't be expecting it sometimes. And you know, like we wear hijab, so we wear layers. And then like at the end, I'm like, oh, I can handle that. It's fine. I walk up and I see the heat.
And it's like, I'm just going to pass by the parking and just leave you to the mall. And be like,
it's just, I'm melting, genuinely melting. So that's my first issue. But then what I do is I'm like, I be getting a fan or something because I'm not living like that. The second problem is that I get super excited and I think I did a great job with the outfit. And then when I leave, the outfit looks bad.
That moment.
Yeah, I just, my whole day gets ruined. I'm like, what do I do? Like the shirt doesn't match the pants.
Yeah,
Why am I wearing the shoe?
Can I tell you a secret? If I went outside and if it's in a mall and I find out that I'm not really happy with what I'm wearing, I'll immediately go and buy something new.
Wow.
I'll just go and change.
I did that once when I was 18, but I never thought I would do it again.
I still do it, whether it's with the shoes, with the outfit.
I love that.
Yeah. And it would be something that I'm going to use again. But you know, like sometimes you feel like, no, like how did I do that? Like what happened? Sometimes like
how
for me,
I choose that?
I always said this from the beginning, I always wear according to my mood. So at the moment I'm really upset, but then I reach to a point in my day, I'm okay. And I'm in the mall and be like, no, a mood shopper.
Yeah.
Just go and buy something that fits the mood.
Yeah, because we're enhancing the mood again. Like that's a really great tip. If you're not broke, you can do that. If it's at the end of the month, it's okay. Just go home and change.
Like even if you have, I mean, it always happens when you're broke. Like just say it out loud. So like you're broke and it's almost a week for the salary to come. I was like, yeah, but I'm not gonna, let's say, take it all in and just let's say stay gloomy.
You know what?
Just go and
Rihanna said it. She said, you can beat me, but you cannot beat my outfit. So let's be honest. Pay for that clothes. Yeah, get that shoe. Get whatever you want.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, but like the fails are just fails, but also it's for you to learn what you like, what you don't like. I think these things are very important because if I didn't fail once and I looked really bad, I wouldn't have known that this is not the thing for me.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, how about this? I'm really getting exhausted. So let's just wrap it up for today and then we can meet up for another day.
Yeah.